Good morning. In honor of Black History Month, I would like to share a story with you written by Philip Imigwa. It's called A World Without Black People. This is a story of a little boy named Theo. Theo woke up one morning and asked his mother, "Mom, what if there were no black people in the world?" Well, his mother thought about it for a moment and then said, "Son, follow me around today and let's just see what it would be like if there were no black people in the world." Mom said, "Now go and get dressed and we can get our day started." Theo ran to his room to put on his clothes and shoes. His mother looked at him for a moment and then said, "Theo, where are your shoes? And those clothes are all wrinkled, son. I must iron them." However, when she reached for the ironing board, it was no longer there. You see, Sarah Boone, a black woman, invented the ironing board, and Jan Metzlinger, a black man, invented the shoe-lasting machine. "Oh well," she said, "please go and do something with your hair." Theo ran to his room to get the comb for his hair, but the comb was not there. You see, Walter Salmons, a black man, invented the comb. Theo decided he would just brush his hair, but the brush was gone too. You see, Lydia Newman, a black woman, invented the brush. Well, this was a sight. No shoes, wrinkled clothes, hair all a mess. Even Mom's hair was a mess. Without the hair care inventions of Madam C.J. Walker, well, you get the picture. Mom told Theo, "Let's do our chores around the house first, and then we'll take a trip to the grocery store." Theo's job was to sweep the floor. He swept and swept and swept. When he reached for the dustpan, it wasn't there. You see, Lord P. Ray, a black man, invented the dustpan. So he swept his pile of dirt over into the corner and left it there. He then decided he would mop the floor, but the mop was gone. You see, Thomas W. Stewart, a black man, invented the mop. Theo yelled to his mom, "Mom, I'm just not having any luck today." "Well, son," she said, "let me finish washing the clothes and then we'll prepare a list for the grocery store." When she finished washing, she went to place the clothes in the dryer, but there was no dryer. You see, George T. Salmon, a black man, invented the clothes dryer. Mom asked Theo to go and get a pencil and some paper, and they could make the list for the market. So Theo ran for the paper and the pencil, but he noticed that the pencil lead was broken. Well, he was out of luck again, because John Love, a black man, invented the pencil sharpener. Mom reached for a pen instead, but there was no pen, because William Purvis, a black man, invented the fountain pen. As a matter of fact, Lee Burridge invented the typewriting machine, and W.A. Lovett the advanced printing press. Theo and his mother decided they would just head on to the market. Well, when Theo opened the door, he noticed that the grass was as tall as he was. You see, John Burr, a black man, invented the lawnmower. They made their way to the car, and they found that the car wouldn't start. You see, Richard Spikes, a black man, invented the automatic gear shift, and Joseph Gamble invented the supercharged system for internal combustion engines. They also noticed that a few of the cars that were moving were running into each other and they were causing a wreck because there were no traffic signals. You see, Garrett Morgan, a black man, invented the traffic light. Well, it was starting to get late, so they decided they would walk to the market. get their groceries, and return home before it was dark. Just as they were about to put the milk, the eggs, and the butter away, they noticed the refrigerator was gone. You see, John Standard, a black man, invented the refrigerator. So they just left the food on the counter. By this time, Theo noticed that he was starting to get a little cold. Mom went to turn up the heat. And what do you know? Alice Parker, a black woman, invented the heating furnace. Even if it was summertime, they still would have been out of luck because Frederick Jones, a black man, invented the air conditioner. It was almost time for Theo's father to come home. He usually takes the bus, but there was no bus because its precursor was the electric trolley, invented by another black man, Albert Robinson. His dad usually takes the elevator from his office on the 20th floor, but there was no elevator because Alexander Miles, a black man, invented the elevator. He also usually dropped off the office mail at a nearby mailbox, but it was no longer there because Philip Downing, a black man, invented the letter drop mailbox, and William Barry invented the postmarking canceling machine. Theo and his mother sat at the kitchen table with their heads in their hands. When the father arrived home, he asked, "Why are you two sitting in the dark?" Mom replied, "Why?" Because Lewis Howard Latimer, a black man, invented the filament within the light bulb. Theo quickly learned more about what it would be like if there were no black people in the world, especially if he was to ever get sick and needed blood. Dr. Charles Drew, a black scientist, found a way to preserve and store blood, which led to his starting the world's first blood bank. Well, what if a family member had to have heart surgery? This would not have been possible without Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, a black doctor who performed the first open heart surgery. So, if you ever wondered, like Theo, where would we be without black people? Well, it's pretty obvious to see. We would still be in the dark. My name is Carolyn D. Jackson, and this was your Black History Moment.